Well, it has been confirmed. The Trump administration is pulling out all the stops to make the United States affordable. According to multiple White House officials, they say that the Trump administration and President Trump himself has confirmed that we have an affordability problem. Not a crisis, because that was under the Biden administration. But they say we do have a problem, and President Trump is going to solve it. Look at this. It says Trump needs to prove he actually cares about affordability. This means bringing down the price of food, bringing down the price of housing, bringing down the price of clothing, and even bringing down the price of energy. This is where things are getting interesting, because according to multiple reports over the past several weeks, they are saying that the Trump administration is targeting specifically Venezuelan drugs that are coming into the United States because of the amount of oil, the oil reserves that Venezuela currently has. Venezuela is sitting on like 300 billion barrels of oil. This is the largest oil reserve in the entire world. And this is something that President Trump wants to have his hands in, because if we can bring down the cost of energy, which oil is obviously extremely important for, then we can make the United States affordable again. Just look at this.
We are doing better than we've ever done as a country. Prices are coming down. Thanksgiving is 25% less than it was last year under Sleepy Joe Biden. So, for my pledge to every family and every small business is that I will not rest until you are richer, stronger, more successful, happier, till you've gotten a piece of the American dream. The Biden administration started the affordability crisis, and my administration is ending it.
Okay, his administration is going to end it. Well, how do you end an affordability crisis? You make things more affordable. You bring up wages, you bring prices down. That's the way it gets done. Now, listen to this.
This is also the golden age of America, because we are doing better than we've ever done as a country. Prices are coming down and all of that stuff. Nobody has done what we've done in terms of pricing. We took over a mess. We had the highest, think of it, the highest inflation in the history of our country. They say 48 years it was the history of our country. And now we have normal inflation. We're going to get it a little bit lower, frankly, but we have normal. We've normalized it.
Okay, they've normalized the 3% inflation, and that's true. Going from 2% to 3%, even the Federal Reserve and multiple people from there have said that we may need to raise our goal inflation rate. Maybe it's not going to be 2% forever. Maybe it's going to be 3%. Maybe it's going to be 2.5%. We can go back and we can adjust it. 2 to 3% is doable. 9%? No. That right there crippled the American people. Now, I want to play you something else, okay? This right here is, again, it's important to understand where the Trump administration is at, what they're willing to give to the American people. How are they going to make the United States affordable again? Well, listen to this right here.
Inflation, now we have to bring prices down. And on the tariff issue, look, we have a tariff dividend. We've got $300 billion that have come in from tariffs. So the president wants to use probably half of it to lower the deficit and the other half to deliver back to the American people, to spend, to thrive our economy. He's always thinking it's a great strategy, and it's always about America first.
Okay. So he said it's a great strategy. He's always thinking, and it's always about America first. Well, if we currently have $300 billion in tariff revenue, okay, $300 billion, and he wants to spend half of that to pay down our debt, the other half to give back to the American people, that means $150 billion, okay? If we give that out to 150 million Americans, that's a $1,000 check, not $2,000, okay? Big difference. 1,000 to 2,000, big difference. Okay, that's a huge jump. But the Trump administration is adamant that, yes, we are going to send out roughly $2,000, meaning maybe 150 million people don't receive the check, but maybe only 75 million will actually get it. We will reduce it by half, but you'll get the same full benefit. Again, that will make certain things more affordable for certain households. But keep this in mind, and the Trump administration has been very clear about this. We're not going to give a $2,000 check to the high income earners. People making over $150,000 a year don't need a $2,000 check. Okay, they'll make that up in what a week, right? They'll make it up very quickly. They don't need it. But the ones that are making $25,000 a year could use an additional $2,000. People making $16,000 a year, people on Social Security, veterans, people that are homeless, that do work, right? Those people could really benefit from this. Now, I want to read you, or actually want to play you another clip. This is from President Trump himself, okay? This is from the McDonald's summit just yesterday, okay, which is part of the clips I've been showing you. But he's talking about energy. If we bring energy down, it will make the United States more affordable. Okay? This is key because right now, the country that has the largest oil reserves in the entire world, that's Venezuela. According to reports, they're sitting on like 300 billion barrels of oil. That would be massive if the United States could unlock that. We could have access to it. And according to other reports, the Trump administration isn't too concerned. And yeah, they're concerned a little bit about the drug smuggling into the United States. It's killing the American people. But according to other reports, what's killing the American people is high prices. There's a food insecurity. People are living on the street. People are living paycheck to paycheck. That's what's killing more Americans every single day than anything else. More than drugs, okay? More than weapons, right? More than vehicles. This affordability crisis is killing more Americans every single day because they're falling into poverty, okay? They're hungry, they're starving, they have no medication, right? That's what's killing the American people. Listen to what he has to say right here.
But our energy prices are way down. And you know, despite hamburgers being a big business, energy is one business that's bigger. When you get energy down, everything else is affected. If you start bringing the price of gas, that's like a massive tax cut. And they were selling, you know, they were having gasoline at $4.75 a gallon and $4.50, $3.50, $3.75. We're going to be able, it looks like we're going to be able to hit $2 a gallon in the not too distant future. But
$2 a gallon. That would be incredible. Here in Washington State, I think I pay about $4.90, $4.95, something like that. I think, yeah, it's about what I paid this weekend to put gas in my truck. And again, it's expensive. $2 a gallon would be great. That right there would have people traveling. That right there would have people building things, because building would be less expensive because transportation is less expensive. Shipping, less expensive. Bringing oil down, bringing the cost of energy down is huge. Let's keep listening.
Let's say we're $2.50, $2.70. Other than places like California, that's not fair because they put so high a tax on that you're really paying a lot of that price is the tax that you're paying to government, which is horrible, actually, what they do. But the price of gasoline and the price of energy is way down. So when energy comes down, you make the donuts, you make the chicken, you make whatever you're making. Everything is all about energy. You have to deliver it. You have the trucks. You have the fuel. When energy comes down, and it's come down fast, we had an expression, drill, baby, drill. And I drilled, baby, drilled. I tell you, we drill. And last month it was announced we produced more oil and gas than any time in the history of our country by far. And when you do that, everything comes down. You don't even have to look at the numbers.
Everything comes down. Now, drilling. And we could do a video on this and talk about this and how there's groups that are opposing drilling in the United States and in certain areas. But this is where things get interesting, is if the United States were to have a better relationship with Venezuela, or the leader of Venezuela, which President Trump does not have a good relationship with Nicolas Maduro. As a result, that's one of the reasons why according to reports, the Trump administration is pushing for a regime change. If we can get Maduro out and somebody else steps in, hopefully we have a better relationship. And if that's the case, hopefully the United States and Venezuela start working together. We can actually get access to some of their oil, which is right here. It's fairly close. Instead of trying to bring oil from countries clear across the world. That's what they're talking about right now. So again, I'm bringing this to your attention because President Trump says we do have an affordability crisis. How do we fix it? Well, help is on the way. And what we've seen, and I did a report on this just yesterday, that we have amassed a massive military operation. It's sitting in the Caribbean. And reports indicate that we are potentially days away from doing something, possibly a strike, inside of Venezuela. But the Trump administration is trying to put more pressure on Nicolas Maduro in order for him to step down. If he does, this could mean we have access to Venezuelan oil, meaning our prices on everything are going to go down. So we'll see what happens over the next several days and few weeks, but the reports do indicate this is something that will happen. So as we get these updates and as we get these new reports, I promise I'll bring you all the latest updates as soon as we get them. But again, that is what we know as of today. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.